Look at that little cutie. Isn't that cute? Welcome back to Squawk Box. Disney is The Lion King winning big at the box office this weekend. Movie bringing in an estimated $185 million. Despite already harsh reviews, they have been harsh, let me just say. Disney's Avengers Endgame passing Avatar to become the biggest grossing film of all time. We should note that Disney now owns Avatar and will reap the benefits from the upcoming slate of sequels. Here to talk about all of it, Disney's domination, and it really is like world domination at the box office. Brent Lang, senior film and media editor at Variety. Also, Joanne Lipman is here, journalist, author of the book That's What She Said, a CNBC contributor. Thank you both for being here. So what is going on? Is 40% of the market is now dominated by Disney?
Well, if you factor in the Fox contribution, which is only about 5%, yeah, it's 40% dominated by Disney. So, I mean, Disney is just blotting out the sun for all the other studios, and everybody else is kind of punching up right now.
And what does that mean, though? I mean, does that mean that they're not going to be able to get space in the theaters? Is this a concentration issue?
Well, I think that's some of it, yeah. And if you look, basically all the other studios steered clear of this year, really. You don't have a Bond movie, you don't have a Jurassic World movie. They kind of just let Disney have this runway.
Right. The reviews have been terrible. Terrible. Yeah. Like, terrible, terrible. We were talking about 8-year-olds who have a view that this is not the greatest movie in the world.
That is true.
And yet.
So the genius of what Disney has done, actually, is they're going for these films that are review-proof, right? You've got Lion King, Aladdin, Toy Story. They're well-known. People want to go out and see them regardless of what the reviews say. And the other thing that I think that Disney did that was actually pretty clever about Lion King that really made it review-proof, you've got... it's a family movie. You've got your Beyoncé fans who want to come see it, but you've also got your millennials. And we were talking during the break how we know some 8-year-olds who are like, they're not so excited about it. But I will tell you, I've got a son in his 20s. Yeah. He and all of his friends, they went to the first showing because these are the movies they grew up on. They did it with Lion King. They did it with Toy Story 4. And so you're getting these kind of multiple generations that are coming to these films.
So here's a separate question, though. So all these sequels are working, right? But what about new product, something that's just totally sort of new to the market? Do you think that Disney's able to do that?
Well, I think that's a bigger question, and that's actually a concern not just for Disney. Right. But if you're looking at it, I mean, all of these franchises are entering their second, their third decade, and you're not really seeing a lot of new IP injected into the space. Instead, you're kind of seeing these spin-offs and retreads and remakes.
Well, the new IP where you're seeing it is in streaming, right? If you have a new idea, you're probably not getting funding, you're not getting studio interest, you're getting the interest out of the streaming services. And that's really where the competition is. It's Disney in the theaters and streaming
But in that streaming world, can you ever create the kind of moment, right, where an entire country or an entire globe are watching the same thing, right? So Toy Story, obviously, reached the world. Lion King reached the world, and therefore you can spin it off 100 times and it works. If you're starting a new IP development on a streamer, can you ever get to that next place?
You could argue that Stranger Things has come very, very close most recently on Netflix. I mean, think about that. And that is your competition. I mean, look, I am guilty. I am one of those people who stayed in an entire weekend and binge-watched Stranger Things latest season. I didn't go to the movies. I stayed home. And so I think that really is your competition.
Brent, is the concentration of all the releases in these franchises, these known quantities, is it Hollywood being risk-averse, or is it, look, we tried to put the
absolutely Hollywood
movies out there, nobody comes?
No, it's absolutely Hollywood being risk-averse. And I mean, if you look at it, the economics for these studios, they're covering, major overhead. Here are huge studio lots. They can't afford to make these mid-budget movies because if you're only making, $4 million, $5 million, it's not enough to justify that. So you have to take these really, really big swings.
Will this movie be on Disney Plus in the fall?
Well, exactly. And that's, I think, a lot of the reason you're seeing so many of these big franchise movies, Toy Story 4, Avengers Endgame, all in 1 year. In a lot of ways, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but they need to launch Disney Plus with the best, the most potent content available.